Hello and welcome to Entrepreneur's Toolbox. My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and today I was gonna kind of gotten into. Hold on a second. Just playing around with like everybody else, playing around with AI, and one thing that I've wanted to do in the past is create something valuable that I can give away to my audience or that I can sell to my audience. Something that could actually help them, solve a problem. And that's what anything that you're, adding to the environment, what's going on here? Anything that you're doing, you want to be able to add value. There we go. Okay, so and I'm gonna just check one thing real quick. So this is the first time that I'm streaming to YouTube, I'm streaming to Twitter, and I'm streaming to Facebook. So I'm just gonna double check, make sure that it's okay. I see myself on Facebook and I hear myself on Facebook. Great. And let me just double check Twitter just to make sure that I'm not talking to myself all this time. Okay. Oh, look at me right there on Twitter. Okay, it's working. So and that's one thing. One way for you to actually get your message out a little easier. Make yourself so you're not spreading yourself as thin. And I'm a big advocate of this as repurposing content. And one way to do that is to stream to multiple platforms at once. And let me just double check YouTube. I'm sure it's working on those. It's probably working here. Well, there you go. It's working on all of them. It's a success. All right. Let me just pump up this volume a little bit. Let me know if it sounds too loud in the background. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to show you a tool that I've been kind of playing around with. So I started, again, I had no coding knowledge whatsoever. I've never coded anything before. When iPhones first came out, I took a crack at going like, oh man, I could develop an app for this. I could do this. And, which, I'm sure if I put in the time, but I didn't end up putting in the time, like so many other people. I didn't end up doing everything that I needed to do. But one thing with AI was I was able to actually just tell it what I wanted. I thought backwards instead of going like I need to learn all this code and kind of understand it. I approached it from the perspective of, okay, I need a tool that could do something for me, something that could accomplish a task. So that's where I started from. So if you get value from this, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm and lets people know so that other people could hear and learn about exactly what I'm working on. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm watching the comments and I'd be happy to have a chat with you. And if you're on Facebook, I think you need to actually hit a button so I can see your name. So just make sure that you hit that so I can see your name if you are on Facebook. So I'll start at the beginning. So let me just bring up my screen. So, what's going on here? Ooh. Love it when you accidentally refresh a page when you're just trying to load it. So I'll show you exactly how I started the conversation with the AI and kind of like what the result was. If it wants to load, there it goes. Okay. So actually, let me backtrack. Let me actually just show you what I am actually working on. So, okay, all right, that's fixed. Cool. So I made a Chrome extension. It's very simple. If you want the Chrome extension, I actually put a link to the code in the description of this video. It's in the description on YouTube. So if you are watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Twitter, just go to the link that I put in I think it's pinned in the description in the tweet on Twitter, and I think it should be in the description on Facebook. But you can just grab that code, and if you do something, let me just show you. I'm just gonna go here. So this is just Chrome. This Brave. It will work on any Chrome-based browser. But if you do that, see, I have it here, and all the code does is see, I have this pop-up. I named it Dunk Link Manager because I'm Dunk, so it's a link manager. And all what you do is you just put a name of a product that you're promoting, optional description. This one isn't optional, and you put in the link, and it will. So if I was to say like, I'll just use this Dropbox. it's a server, obviously server tool. I mean, you could put whatever you want, but then Dropbox.com, and you put the link there, and you could add link, and it will add something right there. So all what it says is the name of the tool. There's a copy and delete. It's super simple. I mean, I'm going to be adding more to this later. So copy and a delete, and then a little brief description. And then if I was to hit delete, it gives a little pop-up asking me if I want to delete, and I can hit cancel or OK, or I could hit copy. And if I hit copy, if I hit copy and I paste it, see, I mean, it just says Dropbox.com. It's not an affiliate link, but any link that you're tracking. It's super simple, and it solved a problem for me. So it made it so now if you say, hey, what's your drop? I mean, it's not an affiliate link, but what's your Dropbox affiliate link? And I'm here on my computer, instead of me having to go through some Google Sheet or wherever I keep it, my affiliate links managed, I could just pop open this link. I have it set so it will only show the first 3, and then it will show a little button that says show more, and it will add them in increments of 5. So if I did that, I could just say, so when it gets long, I would be able to just type in here. Let me just add a second one so you can see KAIBER. That's a AI video tool that I've been using, which I've been having a lot of fun with. I'll show you more about that. A video coming out on that soon. So again, this is not the affiliate link, but there's an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you're interested in KAIBER, it's a really cool tool. So I could do that. So now it has these 2, but if I wanted to just find Dropbox, search for it. Of course, it's not working right when see, that's part of it. It's cap sensitive. That's a bug that I just figured out. I didn't even know about that actually until I just figured out it's cap sensitive. So see, it says Dropbox, but if I put DR, it's not. So I need to make sure that I go back and make sure that it doesn't need to be cap sensitive. That's a bug that I just found live on the stream. So basically, that's all that it is. I also gave a little bit of information. If you want to click this, it will take you to the eToolbox Dunk Media Discord, which is a community of people that are trying to make money online. I like to lean into the video and techie side of things because that's where I have my forte. I have a film industry. I have a history in the film industry. I work on TV shows, movies, and this is one of the ways that I create time freedom by creating content online and actually creating tools, helping people make money. So I help you make money online, and it helps me make money online. It's a perfect equilibrium. So I could just do that. And then I also have some information about Dunk, which is my community's utility token. So so if you click that, it will just launch here. Let's click it, and it will launch information about that token. So if you have these tokens, then you get access to things in my community, or you could buy them, or you could earn them doing different things in the community, so on and so forth. It's just how I like to create engagement and reward people in the community, and it's fun. I like it. It's fun. Okay, so let me go back to that. And then I have another one, and this is something I'm still working on. So bear with me if you happen to go to the description. I'll try to update that the code in there if I've updated it. But this is a monetization point that I have right now. It just goes straight to this Google Sheet that's not necessarily completed, but I'm giving you affiliate programs, which I didn't spell affiliate right. There we go. Okay, that was a close one. So I did the affiliate programs. So we have affiliate programs, and I'm going to update this. And this is the place that it's a monetization point for me is that I declare right here that some of these might be affiliate links. So if somebody wants to go try the product, they can click here, and then I'm going to have links that take them directly to the information pages and places that people can actually make money by promoting products, and different ones that I like, and different ones that maybe generic ones that are like ClickBank. I made my first serious money online with ClickBank. It was actually at the beginning of the lockdowns and everything like that. I was promoting a product, and again, it was something that I enjoyed using. It was something that I wanted to use myself. And I think that's important to have something that you can promote that you believe in. I don't like just randomly saying this is the product of the week and just spamming people. I don't like that. That's not something that I do. And I'd hope that you wouldn't either. But yeah, so that's all. I mean, like, so this is just a link. No, you know, people could look at it. And if you could open links. And it's just a free resource that I created. And I'm also kind of brainstorming using things like ChatGPT in order to help me. So that's basically the skinny of how the app is formatted right now. So like you said, I even found one little bug that I know I need to go back. I have ideas for creating a export file. So once this gets big and you say you want to export all your links and have these 3 columns into an Excel file or a CSV. CSV at CVS is a grocery store or a convenience store. It's different than CSV. So, and I also want to add an edit button, which I started that process and it became a little bit more complicated. And I'm learning. Again, I've never coded anything in my life. I tried earlier on, and I kind of hit a wall. But the thing that I like about this is like, okay, I'm trial and error, figuring out, and then I can look at the code and actually go, oh, that changed there. Oh, that affects this. And so it's actually giving me. I'm only about a week and a half into this experiment, and you know, I'm really enjoying being able to create this content, create a piece of things. This is something that's useful to me. And again, there is a link in the description. It's just a Dropbox link. It has all the files, and I'll show you exactly how you could quickly just take that. You can actually take that file and you can go to extensions. And if you clicked here, let me just, I'll delete it from mine. So this is Dunkerley Manager. So I still need to work on this icon, which is not showing up. But if I hit remove, it's removed from here. I will eventually add it into the App Store. But hey, you know, I'm picking the things that I'm focusing on first. So unload pack, and then there it is. So, and it's added in. And if I wanted to, I could pin it. There you go. And now it's in the apps. It's in there, and it would be exactly the same on yours. Again, whatever I just noticed was glitches. Currently that's in there. I'll try and fix that issue, that small, like the cap sensitive issue, now that I know about it. So you can do that. And I'll just what I did was I used a tool called Visual Studio Code, which is completely free. That. So here's, I made a, you know, this is the icons, very small, bigger, different pixel sizes. And then this is my image, one of my images. I could also change the path, but probably make that a little more organized and put it in its own folder, like a images folder, with like I did with the icons. Then I have like background, which it's not really using that right now, but you know, you should still have the folder. It just says it's background script, and it's not needed. But if I expand this, I might need the folder, so that's why I put it there. And just so you know, I had no idea about this folder structure when I got started. I just started with this. So, and then join the community. That's another link button that is a link, and then there's the learn about Dunk, which is our community token. And you could use that. You learn a little bit about it, and you know, there's ways that you could earn this. So if you are interested in Dunk, I'd actually recommend you go and in the description, go jump into the Discord at dunkmedia.club is how you jump into that Discord. So okay. And then there's a thing called a manifest.json. JSON files are gives some basic information about it and references, and this is very basic version of it. Like this is the description that shows up in the store, the name, the version, simple stuff so if I was going to do a new version, I could always just say, okay, this is a slight tweak. Maybe I make that bug fix. Now it's a version 1 because it's an update. Anytime that I upload a new one into the App Store. Right now, I'm just doing it myself and just having you hit that Dropbox. You could technically take this and pull this code that I gave you, and you could tweak it. You could change the name of the app. You could change what it says. You could change the icons if you wanted to. You could change the images if you wanted to go somewhere else. But you just find, I mean, like you can go here, like for instance, where is it? Right here. So like, so this is the link that goes to my Discord server. This is the link that goes to my, information about Dunk, the utility token. And then this is the spreadsheet. And if I wanted to update that later, I could just grab that spreadsheet, maybe, because I was thinking about putting in an opt-in page to get the access to the spreadsheet, and I would just swap that link out with the opt-in page, so it'd be a bridge page in between. So you could do whatever you want, and I mean, either way, you have access to it right now. So yeah, just go grab it. So how did I get all this stuff? How did I get all this information? I'm gonna go back over to Chrome or Brave, doesn't matter, and I'm gonna go to this one. No, that's not the right. This. Okay, so I started with this, and this is not perfect. I'm trial and error, and I'm figuring out exactly what to ask it. I said, I started as I said, I want you to imagine that just so you know, I am using ChatGPT 4. So let me see if so I'm using ChatGPT 4.0, not the 3.5. But I've seen people do this with the 3.5 successfully. So, but if you want that little edge, it's currently $20 a month. So if you're creating something like this, I've gotten so much value for $20 a month. It's mind-boggling. So I would say, go ahead and use it. So I said, I want you to imagine that you are a successful SaaS creator. You create helpful, simple, too complex SaaS tools for entrepreneurs. You make tools with very clear, intuitive UIs. You make SaaS tools in the form of things like Chrome extensions and websites. These tools range from simple tools to track your affiliate links, that's what I ended up doing, all the way to AI tools to make video and copywriting and more. So I just gave it an idea of like what I want. I could probably dive deeper into this. I could find a particular, maybe a SaaS creator that I respect and that I want to, model after. I could say, hey, you make apps like this person, or you could find a particular one that you make. Do you know this one? And one thing, just they just integrating it's in still a beta phase, but browser access, which means that. It basically ChatGPT will be able to go and check the internet, check the browser, because it's only got information up until 2021, end of 2021. So we're basically a little over a year of missed information, and now with that, it might be able to fill in the space. Which when I did this, that feature was not in beta yet; it had not been released. So that's something that go in there. So it sounds like a thrilling role, and it goes through. Says. And it says, for example, the Chrome extension web tool would be help entrepreneurs. It's repeating and clarifying. The more complex, I'd add AI to provide more advanced tools, so on and so forth. So I said, fantastic. For the first tool, I'd like to create a simple Chrome extension to help to keep all of my affiliate links. Let me try that again. Fantastic. For the first tool, I'd like to create a simple Chrome extension to keep all of the affiliate links I promote organized. So that's exactly what I ended up with. The idea would be, and I separated things into, I find that when you separate things like this, where you see how I have add a link, give it a title, or suggest one, but I put the 1, the 2, and that helps it understand the steps. So it's not just a chunk of text. I'm breaking it up so it knows what I'm doing. So add a link, give it a title, or suggest one based on the link I entered, which I haven't done that yet. Have a search field so you can easily search for a link quickly, which I have. A way to expand the list of all the links to for easy. A way to expand the list of all the links for easy reference, which I have, which is the add more, which I was telling you about. I'll show you as well. I'll add those all in. A way to delete links I no longer want to track in the tool. So a way to delete links I no longer want to track in the tool. I have that, and an easy way to copy the affiliate link so I can share it. So I have all of those features except for I think I didn't have what was it, the I didn't have it automatically generate a tool because I haven't integrated any kind of like feature like that, but that's something that I thought about already and maybe something I'll add. I'd like the tool to be a pop-up. So it, you know, sometimes you'd have a Chrome extension where it's just there and it affects the website, but I wanted it to be a pop-up. Click the icon and the UI pops up, and flexible. I'm flexible on the aesthetic of the UI, meaning I want it to be creative. Like I don't know where to start, and that maybe give me some suggestions that I can go with. So tell me what I should do. I have a few optional ideas, and I go through those, and you know, this is something that I didn't end up pursuing right away because it's not for version 1. I just was saying, like, you know, if I can create, since I have a domain, the idea was that, you know, I'm not going to like try and, you know, so they like the idea, minimalist, light and dark mode, so on and so forth. It gives me some notes. Okay, we'll save the customized you know, URL direct for next version. I can make updates on that later. So I go for it. Absolute Software goes through everything, and you know, I have a conversation with it. Sounds good. Let's start building the key functions of the extension. I will need all the code and step-by-step instructions on how to put it together. I'm not a coder. Tell me what to do as if I'm a beginner. So I am not a coder. I've never coded anything in my life. I've tried, and it just, like, I stare at a wall just going like, I feel like this is the first time I've actually been able to learn any code just because it's the right way for me to learn, just by doing. That's the way I personally learn. But yeah, so create a Chrome extension, and now it gives me, okay, so it called it affiliate link tracker. But it says create a file called manifest.json. And again, I showed you this earlier. Now, bring this up real quick so you can see again. It's all of these files. All of these files here. This is the manifest.json, and it's going to look a little different what popped up there than what I have here. I've made some tweaks to it. I've changed the name. There's a few things with the manifest version that's different, the icons, and trial and error. So, okay, so go back to it. All right, so it gave me manifest version 2, affiliate link tracker version 1.0, a tool to organize and manage affiliate links, a pop-up HTML image icon. So it's obviously I'm going to update it. So. And then it told me to create a pop-up.html file. And I'll show you real quick. All you do in here is you would go, it's kind of small, but no, I can't. I can't zoom in. There's 3 little buttons. This one that I have highlighted here in the top right corner, it's very small, or above the list here. See where I'm moving. There's a little one that says add new file, add new folder, refresh, and collapse folder. So all you really need to worry about right now are these new file, new folder. If you were to click new file, you'd be able to just name it like manifest.json. And now I'm just gonna, you know, I didn't need that, but if it was like an icons folder, you just hit folder. And when you're doing this, you just create you would just have a folder on your computer, wherever you're housing this, and you would just open it. And then it would reference that folder. So you build everything, it just saves it into that folder, and then that's the folder that you get to put in your Chrome extension into the Chrome, you know, upload, unpack it, or put it in the Chrome store eventually. I'll go back to this. So I go through it, and okay, and they told me to create the popup.html. I said create a file, and then it gives me the code, drop that in. And then create a CSS file called popup.css. I didn't actually end up needing a lot of this, but I created it anyway. Now a JavaScript file called popup.javascript.js. And again, I have no idea. Like, I can look at this, and this is just like I'm staring at a brick wall and not knowing what I'm doing. So install your Chrome extension. I went and installed it. And my first thing that I got was the first thing that happened was it was just a pop-up with no functionality. It was completely unfunctional, but it had a pop-up. I put together the basics of it. So, can you list all the features it does included in this version. And then it says this version provided is a basic starting point, and the the version provided is a basic starting point, and the features it includes are quite minimal. Here's what it does: display pop-up, input field, add link button, display link. So please note that this is a very basic version, and many features you've requested, like the ability to save and organize. Basically, if I close the link, like it would have the pop-up, I could type stuff in and nothing would actually save. And close it. Okay. Link tracker. And then it goes and gives me some additional notes on it. So then I come back, give me a list of all the folders you need in Visual Studio Pro, or Code, Visual Studio Code. And it goes through the same thing. So I find out that I don't need the CSS file, but it tells me to do it. So I have images, styles, scripts, and manifests. So those are the different things. So, okay. So I've created those files. It's walking me through it. Again, perfect. What folders should I create in Visual Studio Pro? So it didn't always understand what I was asking, but now it told me exactly what I needed. It gives me the list here: images, styles, script, manifest, pop-up. Create those. If it has this little slash, that means it's a folder. If it doesn't, that means it's a file. There we go. And then I created it. I created the code. I copied. This is the manifest file. And I added it. Okay. Provide the popup.js. It provided the popup.js. Okay, cool. It's working. Okay, now provide the popup.html. It provided the popup.html. Okay, this HTML file defines the structure of your popup. It includes, okay, it goes through everything that it does. Okay. And then I wasn't sure if I needed the background.js. It says in the current design, you don't need it. So it says you don't need it, but it doesn't hurt if it's there, because if I expand and do more things and make it grow, I'll need it down the line. So I just put it there, but I don't need it. And I showed you that earlier, that I just left it kind of blank. See, it's just, this is a background script for affiliate link tracker extension. It doesn't need to do anything, which I've actually renamed that. I probably should update that, but okay. Going down. When trying to put the Chrome extension in the Chrome store, I got an error. So I got this error when I tried to put it in. I gave it the code exactly. It says the error suggests that the issue is with the manifest JSON, the file, and the way it resolved it, it's very strict about the syntax, and a small mistake like a missing comma, blah, blah, blah. You gave me the manifest, and I reminded it, you gave me the manifest.json. Can you give me the correct code? My apologies for any confusion earlier. Here's the manifest JSON. So it did it, and I was trying to troubleshoot, so I couldn't figure out what the problem was. Remember to place, it's telling me what to do. I'm like, that's what you gave me before, and it didn't work. I'm like, basically getting frustrated with it at this point. I'm like, like you told me this, and it didn't work. So, and so I'm sorry, confusion, and then it kept on doing it, still the same problem. And I kept on going down the line. Okay, I got the error message after I unpacked the extension. Manifest version 2 is depreciated. So it finally got to a point of depreciation, and support will be removed in 2023, meaning that they've created a new version of this file, and it needs to be referencing a new version. So the error message suggests that you are using version 2, which you gave me, which again, it doesn't access the internet. It's only until 2021. And so it didn't know that, it knew that version 3 was coming, but it didn't know that it was. So now it says manifest. Okay, it gives it simplicity. So that's where I got the background from, what I showed you. And when I enter a link, nothing saves when I click it. So that was where I was saying that, okay, now I open it up and nothing's going on. It's like, it was a basic template and didn't include persistent updated version of the popup.js, which is JavaScript file that that uses the Chrome Storage Sync API to store your links. There you go. So, okay. All right. So that's the updated one. And just replace this code, or if you wanted, you could always create multiple. Go. Sorry about that. Okay. Permissions. So one thing that I did notice down the road, and I'll show you in a minute. Here's your updated manifest file to be added to storage. And once I got this going, so I'm just going to go down the line a little bit. So I kept on talking about. Still nothing happens when I click the add link button. So it says, my apologies. So it saw that it was the popup.html that was the issue. And I go down the line. There we go. And okay. And as it is right now, the code for it is in the link in the description of this video on YouTube. So if you are watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Twitter, just go over to YouTube, go to the description, and it is just a little Dropbox link, and you just save that file, and you just can go to extensions and just unpack, load unpacked, and you'll be able to just save it like this. I'm still working on it, so there might be some bugs. And no, just have it. It's free. And if you want to make modifications to the code, power to you, make your own thing. Back to it. There we go. Okay. So I just, and if you could see, I'm not even a fraction of the way through. I just having conversations with it. And I'm sure that now that I know what I know, I would be able to skip a lot of these steps. I'd be able to give it information because I understand it a little bit better. So it's educated me. So there you go. So now it's giving me a link container. Here's the pop-up. Okay, look at that. Now it's giving me things that I can do. So affiliate link tracker, search all these different things and what they say. Provide the popup.js. There you go. And this code does the following. It says what it does. And okay, you can continue with the next message. And that was before. Now ChatGPT adds a little continue generating button, which is nice. Okay, now let's add the remaining functions in the popup.js. There we go. And it added all those functions. So I'm just having a conversation with it, what I want. And as I'm learning a little bit about code, I'm able to understand and be a little bit more educated about the conversation that I'm having. So I went from zero, not knowing nothing about how to code something, and that's completely fine. And this icon, so the icon still shows the default Chrome blue puzzle piece. And this, just so you know, this I figured out what this was. For some reason, this icon wanted to reference the 32 pixel, but it was kept on saying that you only need the 48 and the 16 and the 128 pixel. But once I added in a 32 pixel by 32 pixel icon, it did that. And I mean, I'm still figuring out why it's not showing here, which we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out together. You know what I'm saying? But I'm figuring it out. Like, I don't know. Again, I didn't know anything about what I was doing. Okay, so, and then it goes through that, and I come back to it later because I was like frustrated. It was just showing image. There we go. Titles, 3 icons. It told me this, but I found out that I needed the 32 in order to show here. Or there might be something else that it was going on, and it was just referencing that, and I fixed it. I don't know. I'm figuring out as I go. But actions default icon 16. So there you go. So it's 16, and then I let it know that I had the other one. So just make sure that the icon is in the correct path, which it was an image folder. I ended up, putting an icons folder in the end. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Let's work out a few more bugs. And I said, okay, I told it what wasn't working. I would go back and forth, and after I was ready, I would just re-add it into Chrome. I would play around with it, and I would see if it broke anywhere. So like we found earlier when I was doing this, and I was searching, and I saw that this is actually cap sensitive, and I don't want it to be cap sensitive. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make sure that that's not cap sensitive when people are filtering. And that's something that I'll update. It's trial and error. And that's the thing. It's like now I have a functional tool that is giving, like, I can even give this away for free. It has a banner that advertises my community, wherever and name recognition, because I go by Dunk in a lot of platforms on Twitter. Dunk is my last name's Dunkerley, so it's Dunk. It's fun. So, and then I have some information about my utility token, so you can go educate yourself about that. And if the idea with this particular, and then also I said, I have the affiliate program list that I'm putting together, and that will be actually a lead magnet that people can click on, and that can get people to join my email list. And because I'm giving away something that I find is valuable, a list of highly convertible, affiliate programs. I feel sometimes people don't even oh, how do I make money online? I don't have a product. Well, there's a lot of products that are already very successful. If you start building your business around somebody else's product. So for instance, if you said, there's ClickFunnels, for instance. ClickFunnels is a funnel program software, which is very popular. And if you just said, hey, I want to just promote ClickFunnels, you may not have known anything about ClickFunnels, but people could technically, they can see it, you can market to them, they can learn about it from you, and then you get a commission every time that they renew. And that's kind of the idea of affiliate marketing, either commissions every time they renew, be a one-off sale. My first thing that I did was promoting affiliate product on ClickBank that helped people with text-to-speech, because they have all these excuses, and that's what they are, they're excuses, these excuses for people that are saying that they need to, excuses that people make when they say that they want to make a YouTube channel. They're like, I don't want to be on camera. Cool. Use stock footage. Man, I don't like the sound of my voice. Well, you could hire somebody to do it for you, give you your voiceover. Oh man, I don't have the money for that. Well, here's this tool. It costs, not very much money, and you can just pay for it once, and you can create a text-to-speech audio. This was before it's like the big AI boom and everything. Everybody was like, AI text-to-speech is like crazy good now. And at the time, it was pretty good. And I promoted it. I told people, hey, here's tools that I'm using. Take a look at them, and that's the kind of idea with that. And I find those, and there's so many things that you can promote, and this is a resource that people get, and get people on my email list. It gives some free value for free, and I can give away the link, the extension for free. And there's a monetization point and education points here at the top, and it doesn't really get too busy, and it doesn't really clutter everything. So where was I at? I just got lost in my brain. Okay, so I'm gonna just go back over here, and we're gonna go down the line. So here's useful modify, and keep on going down. So I keep on playing around with it and having conversations. Can you give me an entire updated? And I figured out a thing that was very helpful for me. And I may build out a way to do this where it just references it every single time. Maybe it references a folder on my computer. But this is just how I was doing it when I got started. This is a completely other tool that I kind of feel like I found a problem that I had that I now need to solve, because, I have something that that I saw that, like, oh man, if I didn't have to keep on doing this every single time, that would be great. So maybe an extension that references a file on my computer or something like that. So this is the popup.json, but what I did, I need an updated version. And then I started pasting in the last version of that code, because I found that ChatGPT wouldn't be referencing necessarily the right version. It would give me a generic update. I'm like, no, I want you to update this code. I don't want you to update some random whatever. So I just had my code. It was, and then it would give me, apologies for the confusion. So when I realized, like, I'm just going to start giving it the code because it's not referencing it, it's breaking stuff as I go. So I said, this is the last code. This is what you're updating. And here's it updated. And once I started doing that, things started going much more smoothly. And it gave me the code, and things, the version should prevent adding blank entries. So what would happen is if you just hit that add link with nothing in the boxes, it still add something even if they're blank, and I'm like have a blank entry, which I don't want to be able to just add a bunch of blank entries. I want it to say you have to put in a title, you have to put in a link, otherwise you're tracking a link. That's the point. Apologies for the confusion. So they go and like, okay, now I need the updated manifest. Here's the last version. Oh, it says that, it looks correct. No updates needed. Okay, let's add a few more features to the extension. So I gave a few links. I started by just having a list of links at the top instead of the banners. I think the banners look a lot nicer and a lot cleaner. It doesn't look like I'm just promoting a link, even though that's technically what I'm doing because I'm promoting a link in the. Think about it this way. The reason why I would do this, and again, copy me or hate me for doing it if you want. Tell me that I suck in the description if you in the comments if you think that this is stupid. But when I click this right now, so say you are using this tool, my logic is this, and if I'm wrong, because I'm wrong, is now I've given you a free tool. It's very, very, I think this is useful. I'm going to make some updates, and I have a few more features that I want to have in my version 1 before I add it to the App Store. And that's going to be a whole thing that I have to figure out. I just started to bounce it. I also want to try and figure out how to do a login. That's another thing, but maybe not in this app. But the thing is, like now, every time that you come here, you're going to be reminded of my brand. Join our community. eToolbox and Dunk Media. They're two different things that I kind of like. I'm balancing. They're together. They're one thing, but they're separate. I'm like some branding issue, I know. But we're here at Entrepreneurs Toolbox, eToolbox, and Dunk Media is basically my Discord server, and it's because we have Dunk as our utility token, and I'm all about media. So, the idea is that Dunk unlocks the toolbox, and that is everything that I'm doing. So Dunk will unlock the toolbox. Like these are tools, and as you have more Dunk, either earning them or you can go buy them if you want and have it connected, you're going to be able to unlock a bunch of things. So this is an education point. And any time that I give you a tool for free and you're going to be able to open it, you're going to be reminded about me every single time, because you're going to say, oh, I'm using this tool. Maybe you might glaze over this a lot, but there will always be an advertisement here. It's an advertisement that is built into this app, and I think it's done in a relatively tasteful way. Maybe I'll learn more about Chrome app aesthetics as I go, but it's simple. Again, I'm learning. Okay, so go through here. I'm just going to finish going through all this code, and so you can see exactly what I did. And again, there's a link in the description that has a Dropbox link if you want to grab that Chrome extension. It's not in the App Store yet, but you can just grab all the code for everything that I'm going over right now, kind of the final version. You could even just copy everything that's on my screen right now, but it's getting outdated. The most recent version as of when I'm streaming this is in the description on YouTube. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitter, then you can just go to there and find that. It's a Dropbox link, and it's in the description. So I just go through, again, provide the updated manifest. Oh, this is the old version. It says, here's the updated manifest. And like we said earlier, now it's doing manifest version 3. It knows all these things. I still haven't updated the names. Okay, provide the updated pop-up HTML. Here's the updated pop-up.html. And provide the updated pop-up.js JavaScript. Here's the old version. Here's the pop-up.js. So there you go. Goes through. It even says what it's done, what modifications it's done. And then, okay, looking good. Let's do more debugging. So the way that I see that this has gone is it's really me just going through. I have an assistant and that's educating me, and then somebody that I could ask these questions to, and they're like, oh, well, what about this? Things that I never would think that I would need to think about. So there we go, add a little space, blah, blah, blah. It goes through all the different things that I want. And here's the necessary updates. So it did the updates, and then I did the same exact thing. I would share the code, it would update it, provide the updated blah, 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 same thing over and over again. Again, this is something that I feel like I could probably make a tool that would benefit people that would want to do something like this, that would take this step out. This is a pain in the butt. So if I was able to have, say, a Chrome extension that could reference a local file, a folder on your computer, and then say, okay, every time that I do that, it references that pop-up or something like that. I don't know. Here's an idea. Beat me to it. Beat me to it. Maybe that's something that I need to do. Let me know if that's actually something that you'd want in the comments of this video. That would be pretty cool. Cool. Okay, what else am I doing? Make sure. And again, hey, if you're getting value out of this, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help the algorithm. And you know, I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is educated on this stuff and it's helpful. And it's been helpful to me, and it's just been fun. You know, it's been fun to do this. So, okay. So again, going through it. Okay, we're getting close, close, but it's trial and error. It looks like a really long thing, but it's not. Just because the code is so long, it takes a lot of scrolling. Okay, a few more notes. So I give notes, it tweaks it. I give notes, it tweaks it. Okay, provide the updated. This is the old version. Again, notes. Okay. Okay, and then more notes. Let's center our 3 links. I wanted it to be centered like this because before they were all like weird shaped and not centered and aligned correctly. And one thing that I have noticed, and to be perfectly honest, I've gone back. I've gone back to where you go. I keep on going back and forth between here and Visual Studio Code. And as I've been learning, and this is the education point, I'm like, I've understood it better. So I'm like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I know how to switch to update that without going to the code. So what I do is margin. I could just adjust the margin. I could do an so that means that, you know, these height and 75 pixels high, so on and so forth, and you get the idea. I could just tweak these things, and it's just because I'm learning. Don't get any kind of misconception that you're going to be able to type a button and every little bug is going to be. This is actually a thing that you got to do, but again, I have a working tool that somebody that has never created anything with code before in my life. I've tried and failed because I couldn't do it, but this is what it helped me. And I actually have a working thing updated. So I keep on going, man, I got a lot of scrolling to do because I paid copy and paste. See how much longer this is because I keep on copying and pasting. This is the correct version of the manifest, so on and so forth. Okay, keep on going. I'm going to scroll and show you one other thing that, you get the idea. I don't think I need to keep on going over and over again what I did to debug, because this is all my debugging. I'm debugging and given your previous pop-up.html code, this doesn't seem to need some change. So it says like, okay, might make a little tweak. Is there any way that you could create your own link track? This is me giving an idea, and I'm like, okay, it talks about server side and things that I'm going to address this later. I'm not going to jump into that now. I want to make sure that this version is done, and then I can do like a version 2 or however with those features. And then issues goes on. And one thing I noticed here is that it started just having me pull pieces of the code out. And before I was figuring it out, I realized, okay, it's just adding the function in here and there, that, you know, code snippets. But as somebody that was still learning, here's the update pop-up. I started saying this here. Give me the full update of the pop-up HTML or something to that nature, and it would start giving me everything. It would give me the whole entire update versus just the snippet. And as I've been learning, I could just, okay, like, I don't know where to paste this. I don't want to break it. Maybe that's, you know, maybe it's going to do that. So I started doing that. Here's the updated, gives me the full updated version as I go. You get the idea. This is very, how much longer do we have on here? I'm only halfway through my, you know, conversations. It seems like a very long scroll, but you get the idea. scroll down. See, keeps on giving me the code. I could debug it. This is something, again, that I think would be very valuable to, be able to just grab the reference a folder so I don't have to keep on copying and pasting. Maybe this is the next tool. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if that's the thing. If that's the thing. Okay. All right, there we go. So we got all the way to the bottom. So this is when I finally figured out that thing. So I let it know that I have the icons 16, 32, 48, and 128. And when that happened, I had it update here. And I also just updated manually. I added the 48 or the 32, sorry, to the actions. And yeah, so the code is updated, and the final version as of now is in there. And it was just something that I enjoyed doing. And again, I had no previous experience doing any of this, none at all, to figure this out. So it was very useful to be able to just go into a chat box, tell it what I wanted, and be able to work through it. I'm sure the next one is going to be easier for me because, hey, you know what? I figured things out. I know what not to do just as much as what to do. And I just went through that whole entire process, and it was fun. And now I have other ones that I've been playing around with, and I'd like to add additional features. And, I'll figure out the next thing to the next thing that I could test. So it's let's see. Yeah, it's just been fun. It's just been fun to do this. And if you have any requests for a particular app you want me to play around with or try a function, an idea, let me know in the comments. Again, let me know, or jump into the Discord server. You could jump in. At the bottom you can see there's a little ticker that goes by, the thing that says dunkmedia.club. That is my Discord server. It's a link. It will just take you to the Discord server. There's a lot of creators in there that are looking to, they're making different creative ways to make money online, and learning. Especially, I like to lean heavily into video like this. My hair's all messy. Heavily into video, just having fun with video with everyone. So, okay. So, and then also, again, if you want to grab that code, it is in the description on YouTube. You could go find that at, you can actually go to YouTube. You either go to the link that's if you're watching this on Twitter or Facebook, then you can easily find it by going to youtube.com/@eToolbox. There's also a little description of that right there. So youtube.com/the @ symbol at eToolbox, and you're going to be able to easily get to my YouTube channel. And yeah, there's several different YouTube channels that I do. This is one, and it's focused on helping you become to make money online. I focus mostly on marketing and video content, and I'm kind of leaning into showing how to make these SaaSes because I just have so much fun making this one, and I want to make more of them, and I want to show you how you can make more of them. And let me know if there's any problems that you have. Maybe I can just make the solution for you and share it with you, and I just have fun doing it, and we'll have a blast together. So cool. Yeah. So and again, just make sure that you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. And yeah, keep creating.